what does it mean to be a disciplined listener? What does it mean to truly gather strategic intelligence and value to develop relationships from any conversation that we have? That process starts long before we ever sit down or stand up and have a conversation with somebody. Prior to any conversation that we have, we need to have a clear, articulated understanding of how this conversation can impact the greater goals that we have. Where is the potential value in this conversation? Once we understand where the potential value is, not just right now, but even long term, now we can put ourselves in a position where we can create strategies for the conversation. And the strategies for these conversations should be put in place so they give us the maximum ability to generate commitment over compliance, reduce resistance, and increase our influence throughout the conversation. Now that we have those pieces in place, let's go ahead and acquire new intelligence through our observations. And by doing that with contextual awareness, we want to make sure that we're evaluating not only all of the nonverbal information we're obtaining, but also the nuances that everybody is including with their delivery as well. Unfortunately, the most important part of listening is talking. The more we talk, the less we listen. Am I the only one in the room that had a grandmother that used to say, Michael Garrett, God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason? I know, and you're probably going to tell me that again when I come and stay over next weekend. But the external conversation isn't the problem. It's the internal conversation. Our internal monologue is our biggest barrier to listening, period. I would love the opportunity to earn all of your friendship, but let's be honest with each other. If I'm talking to you and you're talking to yourself, is there any way at all that what I have to say could possibly be more important than what you have to say? No, the internal monologue is going to trump up every time. That's how this works. So we need to quiet our internal monologue, and we need to make sure we're evaluating the nuances of everything we're seeing and hearing within the context of the conversation. Once we've done that, we should be able to integrate this new intelligence into our conversation so we can either stay on the same track, deviate tracks if we need to, in order to make sure we keep the conversation moving towards the goals that we've established. And then finally, we have to follow up. Active listening is great. Smile, nod, mirror body language, summarize what you hear. That's all awesome. But if you don't follow up with somebody after you've talked to them, they have no physical, tangible evidence that you listened. There's a big difference between faith and trust. Generally speaking, all religious connotations aside, we trust what we have tangible experience with, things we've seen, things we've touched. We have faith in things that we want to believe, but we don't have that tangible experience. If you're asking somebody to trust you, that's one thing. If you're asking them to have faith in you, that's an entirely different mountain to climb. You want somebody to believe that you listened, follow up and make sure that they know that you've listened.